What if you lab rats? This is episode number 34. Today we're talking about events. Is it worth it? Should you go? Talk about benefits, stuff like that. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the lab. My name is Megan.
Yeah, I'm Kevin.
And let's get in the lab. All right. So, how are you, B?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's been busy, huh?
Very busy.
Super busy.
I mean, yeah. Last year I didn't start around this time. Usually we were in Japan and having a month off, and we didn't start wedding season until I would say the end of March.
Yeah.
So for this year, we're like starting in January, and we're shooting all the way till the very end of the year.
No rest for you.
So
But
it's pretty
like
crazy.
It. You like it, right?
I mean,
That's your thing.
Yeah, that's my thing.
That's your thing.
And we're growing, and we're doing other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I think definitely we should do something like how we felt about what we were doing last year and how much difference a year can make of like really hustling and kind of making goals and making shit happen and how much can happen for you in the next year. And so I think a lot of people who create content, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not like we're exploding or anything. A lot of ways I think we are exploding, but what what your definition of what means to be established or up and running in your business or whatever that you're doing, there's a lot that can happen in a year, and I think we should probably take a look back and do like a little update.
I mean, so far we made soap, and I'm not sure. I mean,
we should put that video. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll that clip right here.
Yeah. So we're doing some trial and errors with soap making, and it's not that bad, but we just didn't have the right equipment when we first started. So we're going to take another stab in doing it. Yeah. Currently today, I'll be interviewing Matt from Social Playground.
Oh, it's so exciting. Yeah,
he's from Australia. He's the co-founder or the founder of Social Playground, which is hash printing and what I spoke about in the last episode. So I'll be speaking with him, and hopefully there's opportunities of franchising, bringing Social Playground into Southern California and expanding throughout LA, OC, and Palm Springs.
That's awesome. So be like, after you do that meeting today, which is really exciting, I'm super hyped for that, but it's throwing all these ideas into how we can create content for other people who may be interested in doing that type of thing, because you've been thinking about, how can I expand? How can I invest my money? And how can I, create more assets for us and stuff like that. And this is definitely a big step in that direction and actually executing. And we'll probably, after you do the meeting, I'd like to sit down and maybe we break it down what you guys went through and how we can disseminate it and make that content for people to help people out. So today, we're going to talk about events, because I'm going to New Media Expo this year, which is in Vegas. It's going to be for 4 days or something like that. I'm going to be out there kind of unconferencing. So they have this free ticket right now. I'm pretty sure you just get the exhibit booth. You can go visit all the booths and everything. But a lot of people I know are going, who I kind of started building these relationships last year. And now it's going to be a nice little, just keep building those relationships, fostering them. And I'm going to be going out there by myself. So that's another big step, because you and I went, and I felt a lot more comfortable and kind of, there's a bug in here. I felt more comfortable, but now it's going to be I'm going to be out of my comfort zone and really testing my people skills, because I'm an introvert. I'm not naturally good at that stuff. And it's going to be a nice test for me.
Yeah,
so it's kind of
and this year I'll be going to WPPI for the very first time.
Cool, man. Finally.
After so many years, ever since I started.
You've been invited to all of these glamorous parties, and then you never go. That might be my fault though, because I was meh, it doesn't interest me.
But anyways, it's sort of the same deal. It will be my first time. I mean,
I got it.
And usually I'll start putting faces to all the names that I've been hearing on Facebook and Instagram. And
I get to put the face to your name too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Finally, jeez.
So for all those photo geeks out there, if you're ever interested in like seeing new equipments for cameras or test out any new cameras from Canon, Nikon, and all the big brands, attend WPPI. It's a lot of fun from what I heard.
Is it free or what? What's up with that?
It's free right now. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to throw out the promo code, but yeah. But anyways, if you can find it. If you can find it,
okay.
It's free.
I'll try to put it in the show.
If not, it's $37. That will get you into the expo, and you can visit all the booths and everything. Yeah,
and they can link up with you, and it'll be a good chance for you to meet a very seasoned wedding photographer and ask him lots of questions too.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into today's show. Like I said, we're going to talk about events. Oh, before we get into that, so this weekend is Valentine's Day. We don't really celebrate Valentine's Day because usually we have a wedding or whatever. But B always makes it feel like Valentine's Day every day.
Yeah,
so sweet. Okay, so let's do something a little fun. Instead of the couples 1, 2, 3 tag, let's do the Valentine's Day tag. Right. Okay, so. Go for it. What is your favorite Valentine's Day treat?
I would say something sweet.
Yeah. Like what?
I mean,
like chocolate? What?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not something sweet. Maybe like something like a burger or something.
Usually Valentine's Day, if we did celebrate Valentine's Day, we'd be going out to eat or something, right? Okay, my favorite Valentine's Day treat is this new chocolate bar at Trader Joe's. And it has like these, you remember those Pop Rocks? When you put it in your mouth, it's like crackles,
yeah, the one that you like, yeah.
Yeah, and then it has like a little bit of heat and salt to the chocolate, which is, I think is really good. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I like ate the whole
Check
bar
it out.
in a day.
It's at Trader Joe's.
All right, okay, number 2. Sweethearts or chocolate covered strawberries?
Probably chocolate covered strawberries.
Yeah, for sure. And not that like chintzy chocolate that I see people do at the fondue. Like that's nasty. I hate that.
Dark chocolate covered strawberries.
Like Nutella. Yeah, okay. So number 3, what is your favorite Valentine's Day memory?
The day that I gave you flowers, but you hated flowers. But then I gave you
That's a strong word.
I gave you green tea cake or something?
No, that was the first cake you gave me.
Oh, okay.
The second one was a coffee cake.
Oh, okay, you remember.
I did, yeah. That's my favorite. So
that was good.
Yeah, when we first started dating, which was like, this was the second month that we were like, no. It was the following year, right? Because we got together in March. So that day, you gave me a big ass chocolate cookie. Actually, remember? Wasn't that it?
No,
that was the following year.
Yeah, that was some following year.
Okay, I think that one was my favorite because it was a big chocolate cookie cake.
Good.
I want to throw up the clip right here, and also flowers. And my dad gave me flowers that day too, or that year too. That was sweet. He gave all the like my mom and Jenna and me. He gave us all flowers, and I like it when my dad does that. Sometimes he'll like.
He didn't give me a flower.
Ain't giving you no flowers.
Anyways,
yeah. Next one.
What movie would you rather watch on Valentine's Day? Pretty Woman or You Got Mail?
I never seen Pretty Woman.
I like You Got Mail.
And I've never seen You've Got Mail either. So.
Anyways, I like Tom Hanks, so it was.
Okay.
I don't know. Pretty Woman, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. What celeb would you not mind having as your Valentine?
Not mind having. I don't know. Let's see. Celebrities.
Brad Pitt?
No. How about oh shoot. I don't know. I don't know names.
Anyways.
I don't know. Nah, yeah. Nothing really tickling my fancy.
What would you do on your perfect Valentine's date?
I would have like the most fantastic ingredients ever to make a lot of our favorite foods, right? Like the best pristine ingredients that we would normally make for like, so say we love spaghetti, like it would be the best ground beef ever and shit like that, right? And like just all the best type of ingredients for our like simple favorite meals, and then make them at home.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
good.
And then like the best root beer ever, We're like on a root beer kick. We like
Yeah.
root beer a lot. And okay, what's yours?
I'll try to find like the best movies or something to watch.
Right.
All right.
Red or pink lips on Valentine's Day?
That's for you.
Normal. I don't wear lipstick.
What is your ideal Valentine's Day outfit?
I don't know. Something comfortable.
Yeah, something comfortable.
Something super comfortable. Homemade or store-bought gifts?
Both?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, both. Yeah. 10. Last one.
Would you wear your hair up or down
Up or down, B?
for a date night? Of course I'll wear it up. Look all emo if I wore it down.
I would wear my hair down for sure. For sure. All right, cool. So we got that out of the way. Happy Valentine's Day to all the couples out there. And even if you're not in a couple, happy Valentine's Day to you.
And try this Valentine's Day tag to each other.
And did you know, because I've been watching the History Channel, like the Valentine's Day massacre that this whole thing is based off of is like when it was during the bubonic plague.
Oh, yeah.
The Black
remember
Plague,
that.
right? I was telling you this story, but I'm going to let them know. It was during the bubonic plague. They needed somebody to blame because the Pope had no answer for them. He couldn't like bless people and cure them. So people were getting kind of mad. They're like, okay, we need a scapegoat. So they started blaming who else? The Jews. So they went to this Jewish little like hideout or whatever, massacred everybody. And that was Saint Valentine who did that mess. So that's where that comes from. Little fun fact. Anyway,
Yeah, that's cool.
that's cool. That's sad, but that's cool. So yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let's talk about events. Okay, is it worth it? Let's talk about, we only been to one event, really. But I would say that going to one event really catapulted a lot of this into happening. I don't know. If we didn't go, I'm not sure that we would be where we are at this moment because for the most part, like, we were invigorated after we went, right? There was a new kind of perspective that I had and that you had and that we had now shared together, which means if we now shared the same perspective and we were kind of on the same page now, we both felt kind of like activated. I felt very activated.
I mean, from every event, especially like an event like NMX, you do learn a lot from other speakers and you do learn a lot from the people that you follow.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool in how like you just pick up certain things that they speak about and bring it back and apply it to yourself. And yeah, you do get activated after an event.
Right. And so I think that's kind of the biggest thing to remember, like for an event to be worth it. It's kind of really up to you, right? I mean, we're kind of skipping to the end of this episode.
Yeah, if you're willing to pay for someone that you like to watch because you know you're going to get something from it, then it's worth it. You're making that event worth it.
Right.
If you're just going there for the expos, the booth and everything, you're just looking around. You're not really trying to network.
Right. So there's the thing, right? So we were talking earlier about I just bought I just got the free kind of Expo ticket kind of thing where you can visit all the booths and stuff like that. Visiting all the booths is not networking unless you're going to go to every booth person and like talk to them like you're going to build a relationship with them.
I mean, most of the time they're selling their product to you.
Yeah, they're really not interested in building a relationship. They want to, they're right hooking the whole time, right? They're getting you to buy their, subscription or product or whatever. So what would be kind of like your first tip if you didn't know anybody, right? And you're thinking about maybe going to New Media Expo or something like that, or even Podcast Movement, which is like one day.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I already know that I'm going to know someone there because it's all over Facebook. And you're going to be communicating because you're going to have some questions about this event. So you have to do your research and who's speaking on the day of. What people do you want to watch and are you willing to pay to watch those people? I mean, first of all, like, you're attending because there is a speaker that you like that's attending and speaking.
Unless you're unconferencing, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is if you're going to actually pay to go to an event, and they can get pretty pricey. You better damn well know who's speaking, right?
And obviously, I mean, you're taking the time to go to this event, so you may want to do your research anyways.
Yeah. But let's talk about the ghettofied way of going to events. That's kind of my style, right? I'm not really into paying, like some events get into the thousands of dollars and stuff like that. And that's like just not in the cards for me. So I would recommend that you get to know at least one person. You know, you guys are kind of like cool with each other on a first name basis, and you can do that before you go to the event by building a relationship online first. Say you're not in the same state, which oftentimes happens a lot. You can start to like their posts, follow them, follow their stuff, follow their work, comment on their things, leave really, thought-provoking or well thought out comments, because content creators appreciate that. Like they want that feedback, they really crave that feedback. That's why they create content. And so if you can give that to them, you stand out amongst all the other people who just press like, or just press retweet, or just press repost, or whatever. Like, leave them comments, let them know that you like what they're doing, and you can sort of build a relationship before you actually shake the hands of that person on the day of. And also that person will be like looking forward to meeting you too. So you're not just another fan, right? So try to build that relationship and know at least one person, because then once you get to the event, that person will then introduce you to all of their network, or all the people that they think that you should meet. Yeah. If you've kind of laid out, you've built the relationship, and you've accomplished the fact that I'm a cool person. I'm cool to know, all that stuff, right? You made a connection.
And it also works if you're like we're podcasting right now, and if you book some interesting interviews and speaking with someone else that may be attending these events, it's like there's your network right there, that you guys can meet up and start introducing each other through like all your other networks and everything.
Right.
It's in the photography industry, it's a little different because we work with our networks. So there's videographers that we work with, and we start talking on the day of, coordinators, like everyone's working together on a wedding day. So when it comes to like events like WPPI, everyone either worked together in some past event.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah.
So it's a little different feeling. Like we're basically all in the same boat, and we already know of each other.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how you can kind of think of it too, because you're like, whether you're a big name blogger or a blogger just starting out, right? You're a content creator. You're both content creators. And so there's always that kind of base that you can relate on. It's like, you can talk about SEO. You can bring up, and like try to offer that person something, because if you give that person who you want to connect with something valuable, they're going to be compelled to want to give back to you, which would mean, introducing you to their networks, which then leads to all of these opportunities that you didn't even know were out there. You can't like even guess the opportunities that can come to you through knowing one person. Exactly. Right? So, like I have so many things that I'm really grateful for knowing one person, and like they haven't come into fruition, so I'm not going to put them out here yet. But that's amazing. Like, I just know one person, and this person is able to give me all of these opportunities, right? Yeah. Because we've built a relationship on that. Another thing, let's talk about business cards. Yeah.
Business cards is very important.
Yeah.
So you've probably been around, if you're offering a specific service and you're introducing yourself to someone new and they heard of you and they heard of what you're doing, you might as well want to give them a business card. Just that way they can check out your portfolio, actually follow you on Facebook or Instagram. Just one of those. It's like absolute, like really close connection right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the old cocktail move, right? Like you do the cocktail talk and all that stuff, but I don't recommend you just giving out your business cards to everybody. Like, sit down, have a conversation with people, especially like there's going to be like parties, like people hosting their own parties at those events and stuff. And that's a great way for you to kind of make more of a connection with new people. solidify the relationships that you've been building online during those parties. But then you can meet other random people. You can meet other up and coming bloggers and then, initiate a conversation about that. Hey, what brings you to NMX, whatever. I didn't pay for the ticket, but what were your favorite speakers, whatever. And then you can kind of, give them your business card or whatever. And as far as business cards, they don't have to be crazy fancy. Of course, the fancier, probably the better because
they keep it.
Because they keep it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of still in the business of business cards in the wedding industry. When we get a fancy business card, we're like, ooh, that's pretty. At the same time, I'm if you didn't make a lasting impression, I'm going to use that shit as a bookmark. Seriously. Yeah. So you need to not forget about the context of that relationship, which is not just a business card, a fancy business card. It's the relationship that you're building. Did you make a connection? And when you're new, that's kind of hard. So as much as you can, practice online, what that means to initiate genuine conversations with people and be yourself. What about parties?
Parties, I never attended a party yet. So.
Yes, you did.
Oh, that one party. Well, that one party was different.
Yeah. Oh, it was kind of cool because that's where we met Omar and Nicole.
Oh, that's right.
We met Omar
when we
and
were
Nicole.
About to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, we were about to take off because we were kind of on our last limb of approaching people. Approaching people takes so much energy out of me because I'm not extroverted. I'm not naturally like that. And I had just met Lewis Howes, and that took so much energy out of me. I was so I was exhausted trying to keep my cool together. And then on our way out from John Lee Dumas's after party at NMX, we were we ran into Omar and Nicole, and they were the sweetest couple, and they were so tall. I remember talking to them. I was like, "Oh yes, nice to meet you." And my neck hurts. And we passed them. They passed us a business card actually, and that was cool because it was simple. But I really remembered them because my neck hurt. But they were really sweet people.
Yeah,
very sweet. And we're still friends to this day. So shout out to $100 MBA on this episode. Another thing, if you don't know anybody, okay, and you just decide, well, I haven't made any connections online whatsoever, but I still kind of want to go, and maybe it was a week before the event, this is what you can do. This is what I would do, is be super ambitious. If you don't know anybody, bring a camera or something, or vlog or blog, or interview people on that day. And that's how you can kind of get your name out there, because you're going to have a little camera. You can interview people. You can offer them that, oh, hey, I'm going to interview you. I'm going to put you out into the blogosphere. You're going to have another interview under your belt, whatever. And you can offer them something in that way that brings them value on the day of, without even having to lay the relationship down or whatever beforehand. I would do that. Uh-oh. Stop recording.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's take a break. All right. Sorry about that. We got cut off. Ran out of battery. It's a full production over here. All right. So we were talking about interviewing people, right? Offering people something of value on the day of, if you haven't laid down the foundations of building relationships and stuff like that. And then you can network and stuff, and then you can give them a card and say, hey, this is where it's going to be posted. Feel free to grab the link from me, whatever. I just want to interview you and get to know people, and this is who I am. And it's a great way to sort of introduce yourself. It's more powerful than a business card, right? Having an interview and video and all that stuff. It's super ambitious, and that could be scary for people, but I would do that if I didn't know anybody.
I mean, we were asked a question at NMX, remember, by a videographer. And
that was exhilarating.
I was super nervous. I was like, what the heck do you want me to say?
I was looking for that clip, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, because I said nothing. So.
No, I mean, whoever was doing that video for NMX, I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to have it up as a promo, and I wanted to look for it because I wanted to see what that looked like, because I was so nervous talking, and I know my voice was probably super high, and I was like, eh. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was still cool. Somebody else didn't get asked.
Yeah.
Right. But we got asked. So that was cool. All right.
So you're promoting headshots?
I am promoting headshots. So I'm going to be at NMX. That's in April, right? So I'm going to be there for a while. I'm going to be unconferencing. That means I'm not going to be going to all of the speeches and stuff like that. So I'm going to have time to actually sit down and talk to people, talk about your brand and all that stuff. And then I'm going to bring my fancy ass camera and we're going to do some headshots. And I'm offering them at a really discounted rate because I'm just going to be upfront with you guys and honest. I want my headshots everywhere. So it's like, seriously, I think a lot of photography out there needs some work. And I think the basis of good branding moving forward is going to be good photography. So hit me up if you want clean headshots. They're going at $50 a pop. We do a 30-minute session. We rock it out. I give it to you on the day of or the following day. And it's done. You've got professional photography shots for you to work into your brand. You can put whatever you want. You've got all the rights, got full res, all that good stuff. All right.
Yep.
So what else? Going to Podcast San Diego. I'm working on my speech as we speak.
Cool.
And it makes me nervous. Like I was, making my little like a PowerPoint thingy and I was like nervous making it because I'm like envisioning it. But I think the more that I do that, the more that I envision me on the stage, like it'll get less and less.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big step.
It is.
You went from speaking to in front of 8 people to like.
Dude, and speaking in front of 8 people, when I hosted my event called I called it the Entrepreneur's Vanity Fair because we were taking pictures like Vanity Fair-esque style. But I was still nervous speaking in front of 8 people. And I was like, God, I just want to sit down and talk to these people because it kind of changes your like the energy when you stand versus when you sit, like, right? So I so wanted to sit down, but I stood up. And it was still really nerve-wracking. But it helped because there was like 2 people that I knew. Like Mike showed up.
I think you just need to be yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to be myself.
And you hold that ring finger. That's what my public speaking teacher told me.
Like this?
Yeah, just like hold that ring finger.
I do this all the time now because I'm always fiddling
and
with
it works.
This thing. Yeah.
It works. And
that's
you don't have a straight leg when you're standing up there. You kind of bend the knees a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that anyway.
It takes the tension off. From just kind of walking around and stuff.
I'm really excited. I'm really nervous, but I'm really excited because I know I can do it, but I really want to do the best job that I can do. And so I told you, like, I turned Get in the Lab podcast, and it had a little baby called the Lab Rat Dailies.
Yeah.
And that's the little baby, like, daily show that we do, in between these main shows with you and I together. Which is really fun for me because that's funny that you mentioned that because every time I'm on the podcast, because I don't give myself a script or an outline or anything, I fiddle with this thing and it makes me feel
comfortable,
a little bit better because I have to bring the energy all from nothing. I have nobody to interact with.
Exactly.
I have to do it just by myself. And so I put myself in that situation because I want to be ready for my speech when that's going to go down. Right. And hopefully maybe some speeches after that. All right, so let's okay, so we have anything else to say about events?
Nothing about events.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to for WPPI? What's your goals for WPPI?
My goals for WPPI is to be more inspired by other photographers that shoot in different perspective than me. Probably kind of. I'm just going to kind of see their vision and see what I can apply to my own vision as a wedding photographer, as well as maybe branch out into other fields of photography, which I'll be doing. So in case you didn't know, we're expanding photography into doing real estate photography and photographing landscapes, architectural buildings, as well as commercial buildings and homes. So... yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, also, I want to give big ups to you, B, for the reason why I started Daily Podcast. Another reason why is because I wanted to do interviews. And then you weren't really sure yet. I asked you, are you ready to do interviews? Yeah. You were kind of like, man, I was getting the feeling, no, maybe he's never going to be ready. And then like 3 days later, you're like, I'm ready to do interviews.
Yeah. I mean,
I was like, okay.
Yeah. I need to learn from other people in a way, in a different field rather than just speaking to someone that is a photographer. That way you can kind of get yourself, still apply your passion in their own field and what they need.
And it always kind of helps to get inspiration outside of your field. That's why this show is the way that it is, because I was inspired by things totally unrelated to the niche that I was in, which was, content marketing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I was inspired by this show from a lot of YouTube personalities, very fun, loose type of personalities. And so that's a big inspiration for this show. And I feel like it got dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out. Okay. So anything else to say about events? Is it worth it? I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Whether you pay or you don't pay, you can really benefit from going to events, and because since things are so digital now, it's like when you can really make a hand-to-hand contact with a human being and make that relationship have more life, more standing. It definitely gives you a lot more pull.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say it's worth it. Come to NMX, get the free ticket, do the uncomfortable thing. It's not free to go get a stay out there and drive out there, and maybe you're taking days off work. I understand that, but the kind of momentum that you can generate for what you want to do can be really multiplied greatly if you go, especially if you know somebody who has a pretty good network, right? Okay, so let's get into the questions. We have one question on Instagram and thank you for asking, Chaos After Dark. What are your podcasting goals of this year? What do you plan on accomplishing? Thanks for asking on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Kevin on Instagram.
Yep. At Kevin Levu.
At Kevin Levu. Me, I'm at Megan. So
that's really hard.
Yeah, I'll put it up. Okay. I'll put it up. Okay, so what are your podcasting goals for this year, B?
Probably interview.
Okay.
Start getting into more interviewing couples. I mean, that's what originally Get in the Lab was to interview couples in different businesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that was my original goal for the first podcast without you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then... I know the origin of this podcast was to answer questions, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. 6 months later.
6 months later. Oh, okay. My podcasting goals are to keep the daily show going. I really love podcasting. I've really taken a liking to it. It makes me better at what I do. I want to keep going with the daily show. Do more interviews, definitely. Interviews by far are the best way to accelerate your networking online when you work from home and you don't go to a lot of events. Like when going to 2 events, that's not a lot. Like people go a lot, and I just don't have the capacity to do that or the patience. What are your plans? What do you plan on accomplishing? Okay, so what do you plan on accomplishing?
Within podcasting, I'm not really sure.
Well, for us... because I kind of like roped you into this. My goal for us, and the reason why I asked you to do this with me, was because it creates transparency for our brand and awareness for who we are as people, right? I want to tell the story of us. And when we tell the story of us, whatever we sell or decide to sell, because we do run a business, is definitely more marketable.
Yeah.
And we attract people who gel with these personality types right here, right? So if you dig what we're vibing out right now, what we put out, the relationship that we can build in this sales funnel is a lot better, because then you create a win-win situation. Yeah. So we want customers that are this, and we can get that because we come on the show, we show who we are. We put out what we do. We're completely 100% honest with what we do, and we create transparency. And so, for us, it's always maintaining the relationship between us and whoever's watching, the customer, the audience, whatever. It's maintaining that relationship. So you can't, podcasting for me and what it does for our business is not a one-time thing. Like I would happily put out content for free if I didn't have to worry about money, because this is, you know, if we can create a relationship with people, we're going to have no competition. Do you see what I'm saying? On the level that, you know, we're attracting a certain type of customer, right?
Yeah.
So that's the goal for the podcast. We don't sell anything on this podcast. We don't monetize this podcast. This is simply for you guys to get to know us as people. And then if you want to get married and photograph it, you know, we are selling our product in that way, because I'm putting you on the map, saying this is who you are, this is who I am, this is what I do in the business, this is what you do in the business. And we just keep that going. And you guys get to know us, you know, by telling the story of us. And so thank you for watching, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with us, because this is just purely out of, you know, not the goodness, but this is just purely because I want people to know who we are, right? This is how we sell. This is kind of the new way of selling, instead of going, hey, buy my stuff and then trust me on that fact alone.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are our goals. Thank you for asking that question. You can ask us questions anywhere you find us, be it Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, email, all that good stuff. What do you have going on today? You're all dressed up and spiffy. Where you going?
Just for meetings.
Yeah, got meetings today. Cool.
Yeah, and editing.
You're gonna edit like that? It's super fancy. And then okay. And then I'm gonna be creating more content for sure. Catch me on the Lab Rat Dailies every day now. No break for me, but I love it. And when are we going to Maui?
Next week.
Holy. Don't worry, the show will still go on. I'll figure that out. I'll have to schedule some stuff, but hopefully we can do a show in Maui. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
You can meet up with your other friend.
She won't be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's let me know. A shout out to Athena. Prayers go out to you. Father's in the hospital, sort of deal. It's okay that I hope it's okay that I put that out on blast, because you put it on Facebook, so I'm assuming that it's okay. So good things, everybody. We'll see you next week. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, B.
All right.
Once again, my name is Megan.
I'm Kevin.
Okay, we're out.